There are two types of entrances, pedestrian entrances and accessible entrances. Pedestrian entrances are for people who are traveling by foot only, and while accessible entrances are for people who are traveling by foot and wheelchair. There are 4 entrances in total at Lucky Plaza, but only 3 of them are open to public usage. One of them is locked up. Out of the 3 entrances, all 3 of them are considered pedestrian entrances as people can enter via foot. However, there's only one accessible entrance, as there is only one entrance that consists of a ramp for wheelchair users to use. Other than pedestrian entrances and accessible entrances, there are sheltered entrances too. There are 2 sheltered routes that connects to Lucky Plaza. One of them connects Takashimaya to Lucky Plaza via an underground path, while there is another shelter that looms over the road, as you can see here, on the walkway to the right side of Lucky Plaza. There is only one alighting/boarding point near Lucky Plaza, and it's right in front of the building. There are seats at the alighting/boarding point for people to relax. This is especially considerate towards the elderly, young children, and pregnant women, as they are not able to stand for long periods of time. However, there are no grab bars for elderly people or pregnant women to use to help themselves to sit down or stand up. The alighting/boarding point is sheltered. This allows wheelchair users to take their time to board the vehicle, as they do not need to fear getting wet during wet weather.
There are about 500 parking lots available, which can be enough on non-weekdays, weekdays, but insufficient on weekdays, which are weekends. There are no designated handicap parking lots provided near the lift lobbies, which reduces convenient and flexible access for users with mobility needs. There are no lots or spaces available for electronic car charging, unlike surrounding malls like Island Orchard and Takashimaya, which are newer than Lucky Plaza. Since Lucky Plaza is not EV charging at all, it does not meet this aspect of UDI, unlike newer Orchard malls, which now combine parking, accessibility, and EV charging provisions. There are also no family-friendly parking lots available, which may cause inconvenience to families with young children. This means it fails to support parents with prams and young children and does not meet current family-friendly design expectations. An underground pedestrian mall and underpass network along Orchard Road allows users to walk from Lucky Plaza to neighbouring malls like Ngee Ann City and Tangs with minimal road level crossings. Main entrances open directly onto Orchard Road, and internal corridors allow users to circulate between the front and rear entrances without needing to go outdoors for long distances. Multiple internal lifts and escalators link the basement areas and car parks, allowing continuous vertical movement for users once inside the building. There are no tactile tiles that lead to the main lift, which poses an inconvenience to visually impaired users. There is also a wheelchair ramp located at the west side of the building, which may not be known to most users since it is not visible in the main parts of the building.
Circulation for ramps and external access. The facility lacks interior ramps and provides only one exterior ramp at the mall's main entrance. While this ramp connects the road crossing to the mall's exterior corridor, it fails to provide a continuous accessible path directly to the entrance. While it features code-compliant 1500 by 1500 mm intermediate landings and dual height handrails for children, it lacks yellow tactile tiles at transitions, creating hazards for people with visual impairment. For staircases, exterior staircases feature continuous dual-sided handrails and integrated anti-slip threads, though they lack the secondary handrails found on the ramps. In contrast, interior staircases lack both secondary handrails and anti-slip protection. Lift lobbies. Lift lobbies feature projecting lanterns and visual displays for arrival notification, alongside flashing beacons for emergency signaling. Additionally, while lobby buttons include braille, the interior lift buttons lack them. The lobbies also lack seating for those who need to rest while waiting. Emergency systems. The lifts lack hearing enhancement systems, such as induction loops, making the emergency intercom and audio alerts inaccessible to users with hearing aids, and the absence of a voice announcement system prevents individuals with visual impairments from identifying floor levels of travel direction. Spatial zoning and navigation. The mall's small size results in a lack of visual cues like colors or patterns to identify spatial zones, forcing visitors to rely on the simple layout of the central corridor and lift lobby. However, the car park effectively uses shapes, colors, and graphics to distinguish different zones and blocks, making it easier for users to locate parked vehicles. For escalators, while the escalators provide a stable 2-step horizontal transition, the absence of audio alerts for direction and landing proximity poses a significant navigation risk for users with visual impairments. Seatings and corridors. Permanent public seating is strategically fixed to prevent tripping hazards and maintain clear paths. Seats include grab bars to assist the elderly and children, though there is a lack of varied seat heights for different body sizes. These areas are supported by wide corridors that facilitate smooth pedestrian flow and allow wheelchair users to park alongside companions without obstructing the walkway.
There's a ramp located at the entrance of Lucky Plaza which connects the outdoor pedestrian walkway to the corridor. Its dimensions support universal accessibility, and it also has a gentle ramp with adequate intermediate landing. The handrails also enhance safety without posing any hazards. The corridors in Lucky Plaza are generally wide enough for wheelchair users and strollers. However, there are no tactile guides, contrasting floor finishes, or clear wayfinding cues, which makes navigation difficult for visually impaired users. Therefore, the corridors only meet basic accessibility and do not fully comply with the Universal Design Index. The staircases in Lucky Plaza are provided with yellow anti-slip strips and tactile warning tiles at the landing, which provide basic safety for general users. Handrails are installed along the staircases, supporting basic accessibility compliance. However, handrails are not consistently provided on both sides and along the full length of the staircase, as well as tactile indicators that are integrated into the handrails or on the landings to provide directional or locational feedback for visually impaired users.
A different one, the staircase in Lucky Plaza has anti-slip strips and tactile tile, which improve physics safety. However, handrails are not continuous on both sides, and there are no braille indicator on the handrails, making fair use helpful for visually impaired and elderly users. On the main entrance near the bus stop, Lucky Plaza provides an outdoor ramp connecting the sidewalk to the indoor corridor. Although tactile paving and more handrails are provided and the ramp meets basic accessibility standard, it is the only set free route and lack of braille information on the handrails, limiting equitable and independent access for all users.
Lucky Plaza provides large digital directories with clear layouts, pictograms, and high contrast text. However, the directories do not show distance to accessible facility and do not include braille or tactile directories, limiting independent use by visually impaired users. The main information counter is located on level 1 near the accessible entrance and is easy to find. However, it has no lowered section for wheelchair users, no hearing enhancement system, and no tactile guidance leading to the counter.
Another usable area can be found on level 4. These sittings provide resting areas for users, especially elderly, ambulant disabled, expecting moms, and children, if they get tired from shopping. A 2-meter corridor goes around the wooden benches, allowing smooth pedestrian flow and improved accessibility to wheelchair users, caregivers, and families with strollers. The wooden benches are fixed and do not vary in height. Long benches provide ample space for resting. There's also armrests and back supports, supporting users in getting up or sitting down, as can be seen in the video.
Lucky Plaza provide basic toilet facility and diaper changing stations. However, there are no family toilets, nursing rooms, child-friendly features, or sufficient ambulance-friendly features, reducing inclusiveness for families, nursing mothers, and elderly users.
An interesting feature. There's a rooftop car park on level 8 and is popular to locals and tourists as it serves a great photography or viewing spot. The flat ground and open space has a simple circulation which make wayfinding easier and accessible for everyone. It is accessible by stairs or lift, making it accessible for users like elderly, family with strollers, expecting mothers, and wheelchair users.